You're listening to Paws on the Play, Grizzly Sports, your home for weekly recaps, player highlights, and all things Grizzly football. Now, here's your host, Carter Brantner.
21st century, doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it. Screams from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Paws on the Play Grizzly Sports. I'm Carter Brantner.
And I'm Sam Kohler. Glad you're here. We've got a lot to talk about after Friday night's game, Newport versus Asotin, and the Grizzlies came out on top 51-28.
Yeah, it was one of those games where both teams had their moments, but Newport just kept pushing and pulled away in the second half.
And let's be honest, some of those runs, wild. Cutter Driver had himself a night.
Alright, let's start from the top. Asotin got the ball first and scored right away, made it 7-0 early.
But the Grizzlies didn't waste any time. 5 plays, 65 yards, and Jacob Reimers takes off a 30-yard touchdown. And then Damian Hamburg kicks it through, which ties it up 7-7.
That drive was clean. Good mix of runs, and then Reimers just found a gap and went.
Second quarter got pretty interesting. We stopped Asotin's drive, then just 3 plays later, Cutter Driver breaks loose for a 62-yard touchdown. Hamburg's PAT is good and led to a 14-7 Grizzlies.
But Asotin had a big play of their own, tied it back at 14. That was kind of the pattern early. They'd hit on something big, and we'd answer right away.
Exactly. So next drive, Grizzlies go up 7 plays, 46 yards, and Driver punches it in from the 1-yard line. PAT didn't go in, but we're up 20-14.
Then Asotin hits again. Big play, and they go up 21-20. That was the last time they'd lead, though.
Yep, Newport answers again. Another 7-play drive. Driver scores again, and he runs in the 2-point conversion, too. Grizzlies up 28-21.
And right before halftime, Dylan Aubrey comes up with a huge interception in the end zone. That was a momentum saver for sure.
All right, second half starts a little rough. Newport punts for the first and only time, and Asotin turns that into a touchdown, 28-28, and we're back to even.
But huge shout out to Aries Swain, not the regular guy taking it up the field off a kickoff, but still managed to get it past the 50-yard line and into Asotin territory. That flipped the field and gave us a huge boost.
Then Brad Martin gets things rolling with a 23-yard pass to Aiden Kramer, then hits Reimers for a 16-yard touchdown. 2-point conversion, of course. Driver again, 36-28 Grizzlies.
That was the turning point for me. After that, the Grizzlies just kind of settled in and took over.
Defense showed up early in the fourth. Damian Hamburg tipped a pitch, and Brad Martin jumped on the fumble. Another short field for Newport.
And another touchdown for Driver, his fourth. He runs in another 2-point conversion. Grizzlies now up 44-28.
Asotin turns it over on downs, and then Driver almost takes it 85 yards to the house. Flag pulls it back, but still a 42-yard gain.
That one had the crowd on their feet, even with the flag, and in my opinion, it was a pretty bogus flag. Few plays later, though, he finishes the drive with a 1-yard score, his 5th touchdown of the game. Did not matter that it got pulled back. Hamburg puts the PAT through 51-28.
In justice, Reimers gets another interception in the end zone. Solid way to finish a big-time win.
So final numbers, 328 rushing yards for Newport, only had to punt once. That tells you how consistent the offense was.
O-line was doing work all night. Backs are hitting in the holes hard. Driver obviously had a huge game, but Reimers and Swain made big plays too.
Defensively, yeah, we gave up some big chunk plays, but overall, 2 picks, a forced fumble, pressure all night, big stops when we needed them.
It wasn't perfect, but it was a team win. You could see how they'd adjusted to the game and went on, and that second half was just solid football.
And now let's take a look onto this week's matchup against the Freeman Scotties. This week, the Newport Grizzlies face off against the Freeman Scotties in a key 2B matchup that could have the postseason implications down the line. Both teams are coming in with something to prove, and fans can expect a physical, fast-paced game under the lights.
The Grizzlies are coming off an impressive 51-28 win over Asotin, where their ground game was nearly unstoppable. Running back Cutter Driver led the change with 5 touchdowns and over 200 yards on the ground. The offensive line opened up holes all night, and Newport only punted once.
Quarterback Brad Martin showed poise in the pocket, throwing a touchdown pass and connecting with receivers in key situations. Jacob Reimers continues to be a threat on both sides of the ball, scoring on offense and stealing the win with an interception in the end zone.
Defensively, Newport gave up a few big plays, but made key stops when it mattered, including 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery caused by pressure from defensive end Damian Hamburg.
The key for Newport? Limit explosive plays and stick to what's working. A physical run game and an opportunistic defense. And that's it for this week's Statline Report. Up next, an exclusive interview with defensive lineman and offensive lineman Rayben Jurgens.
Oh yeah!
Hello everybody and welcome back to Paws on the Play, Grizzly Sports. I'm your host Carter Brantner and joined with me tonight is Rayben Jurgens.
Hi, I'm Rayben Jurgens. I'm a two-way starter for the Newport Grizzlies football team.
Alright Rayben, let's get straight into the questions. What's been the most memorable game or moment so far for you?
Game-wise, I'd say Priest River, one because we have beaten them 12 years in a row. Play-wise, I'd say Northwest Christian. Last year, I made a interception off their quarterback, and this year I almost did it again, but I tipped it.
And how do you think personally your coaches help set the tone for success?
Really, they just leave it up to us and to come together as a team and to perform out there.
What's the preparation like during the week leading up to the big game?
Mondays we have a walkthrough going over the last week's game, and then we go over what our plans are for the upcoming game.
Who on the team has really stepped up this year and made a difference in your opinion?
I wouldn't say one person, but I'd say our whole line. Really, last year we weren't getting a good base up front, and this year we are. And on the defensive side, we're getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
And how would you describe the team's chemistry, and how does it contribute to your performance?
Last year, I'd say we were all kind of scattered around the board, and this year we're pretty united.
Do you have a pregame ritual or a mindset routine that helps you lock in?
I just get together with my teammates, and we kind of go over scenarios, what might happen in the game.
Is there someone you dedicate your game to, whether they know it or not?
I'd say my dad. One, he put so much time into me, and yeah, I'd say my dad.
Are there any teammates that you are close friends with that you just bond overly with?
I'd say my partner on the line, Landon Hall, but on the overall, I'd say my friend group that we play with.
Have you ever cried because of football, whether it be from pain, joy, frustration, or something else?
I'd say I cried last year one time just because I got a concussion, and that was the only reason.
What happened during that play?
I came upfield a little bit, and their pulling guard hit me in the head, and I went to the ground, and that was about it.
At the end of senior year, what do you want people to remember about you, as a player and as a person?
As a player, I'd like to be known as one of the best, and as a person, I'd say the mentality of not giving up.
What's a moment in a game where you felt completely in control, like nothing could stop you?
I'd say the Northwest Christian game, right before half, it was just lights out for them. Our whole D-line and myself, we were just getting back there.
And how do you, what made you feel that way?
Just knowing that their guy was not stopping me and just wanting to get back there.
All right, thank you, Rayben, for coming on.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to Paws on the Play, Grizzly Sports. Stay tuned for next week's episode. I'm your host, Carter Brandner, signing off for this week.
There's a party going on around town. It's one rowdy cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane. From miles around, best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke when they open up that gate. Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky. Welcome to the show, are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country road. Welcome to the show.